What's up, everybody? I'm Mikey, this is my little brother Levi, and today on Bowling Science, we're gonna lay out some bowling balls for my two-handed little brother. First, we're gonna grab his access point, and then we're gonna see what the layouts need to be for his future two balls. We'll take you into the pro shop with us and show you that process as well. Let's go have some fun. So what we're doing here is we're tracing the first oil ring so that we can locate his axis point and figure out what his axis tilt is. So the key to getting an accurate axis point is accurately tracing the first oil ring. I have about 3/4 of it here, which is going to do just fine for us as long as you have over half of it and you know it's accurate. Let me grab my armadillo. So we're going to take our armadillo, which is our axis point finder. We're going to line the rib up with the white line that we've created. And then we're going to mark the end point. Let's turn it here so you can see. Now this ball was shiny, but since we had a hard time seeing where the oil ring was, we just scuffed it a little bit in the oil ring area so that we could see it. And then we'll put it back to the surface that he originally wanted to have it at. All right, so to get the midline, we're gonna draw a line straight across through the fingers. All right, and we're gonna turn it here and go perpendicular. All right. So this axis point is over and quite a bit up. It's really important to get this right with two-handers, because the axis point could be almost anywhere for a two-hander. It can be down, it can be up, it could be 6 inches over. Let's see what his is though. All right, so he is 5 inches over, and the vertical coordinate is 3 inches. 5 by 3. Very unique for a two-hander, but that's the way two-handers are. So the pitches we're using for him are a half left. Let's see if we can show it here. The pitches we're using for him are a half left by 3/8 right, and he has a 1/4 forward in the middle finger and 3/8 reverse in the ring, and this is a good starting point for any two-handed bowler. All right, we want to make sure that we put his axis point down on his drill sheet because it might just be the most important piece of information. So he's 5 by 3 up. And now let's go ahead and measure his axis tilt. What you want to do is take the prosect and measure the distance across the track. It touches the 6-inch mark on both sides, which means that is a 12-inch track diameter. And I'll pop the chart up here on the screen for you. But the chart will tell us that a 12-inch track is 10 degrees of tilt, which is fairly ideal for a two-hander. Most two-handers are below 6 degrees. Having more tilt will allow you to have access to more different types of ball reaction. All right, now let's go see what we've got in the shop to lay out for him, and we'll put some holes in some new bowling balls and show you what that looks like. We're back in the shop here at Emerson Lanes in Chip's Pro Shop. And he's nice enough to let us come in and draw some lines on these balls and drill them up and see how they roll. So we're going to use a strong drilling on the result solid here, a 4 by 5 by 2 up. And we're going to use a versatile short pin layout on the incognito solid so that he has something that's controllable off the spot but also gets down lane easily. Let's see what that looks like on the ball. Alright, so the result solid's going to be 4x5x2. We're going to swing our arcs. Alright, there's the intersection point. 4 inches from the pin and 5 inches from the preferred spin axis. Now we want the pin to be 2 inches above the ring finger to PAP line. So we're going to draw, going down from the pin, a 2-inch arc. You always want the pin to be at least 3/4 of an inch above the ring finger to PAP line. Okay, so now we're going to draw a line from the axis point tangent to the arc that we just created. And that's going to be the line from the ring finger, from the PAP rather, to the ring finger. Alright, we have now defined our ring finger to PAP line. So now we have to locate the center line of the ball. To find the center line, we know that Levi's axis point is 3 inches up. Alright, back where we left off, we're going to go down 3 inches from his axis point because we know that his axis point is 3 inches above the midline. So that's the first point of the midline that we can locate. So we're going to swing an arc from his axis point 3 inches down. So now if your axis point is down, you want the arcs that you're swinging to be up. But if your axis point is up, you swing the arc downwards. Alright, so now we know that this is on the midline and the ring finger is also on the midline. So the ring finger is also going to be on the ring finger to PAP line. That gives us the next point that we can draw to. We know that Levi's horizontal axis coordinate is 5 inches. So his ring finger is a 1/2 inch closer to his axis point than the center of the grip. So we're going to go 4.5 inches along a line that is tangent to this arc where it intersects with this line. This is the tricky part. So I put the 0 point where it is tangent to the arc we drew, and then I just kind of rotate it around until we get 4.5 inches as our intersection here. That will tell us where the center of the ring finger is, and it can allow us to draw our midline and find the center of the grip. So there is our midline now. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw the VAL by going perpendicular to our midline, because the VAL has to be 90 degrees to the midline. And then now, to find the center of the grip, we're going to come 5 inches over. There's the center of his grip. We'll draw the line, his vertical center line, and we will draw the lines for his bridge. Just a reminder, the center of the grip for a two-handed bowler, or a no-thumb bowler rather, is going to be right between the 2 finger holes. So there's his layout on Results Plus. We're going to make sure we drill the finger holes 4 inches deep because there is no thumb hole, and that allows our holes to intersect with the core, so the layout has a greater effect on the ball motion. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing here on his incognito using the same axis point, but with a layout of 2 1/4 by 6 1/4 by 1 1/4 up. All right, 2 1/4 inches. By 6 1/4 inches. Hey, look at that. We got the arc right the first time. So there's our PAP. We got to draw a 1 1/4 inch circle. Levi's axis tilt, being 10 degrees, allows us to really feel free to use any of the layouts available so that he can create the shape he needs. With less tilt, you want to use more angular layouts that get the ball down the lane further. So some of the earlier, stronger rolling layouts like we used on the Result Salad are going to be a little more difficult to see shape down lane if you have less axis tilt. All right, so now we draw our line from PAP through the arc of the pin up length, and he's 3 inches down. All right, so we have that arc, and we're going to find the spot that's 4 1/2 inches intersecting. That is 4 1/2 inches here on the ring finger line and tangent to the vertical PAP arc. Find the VAL. And then we're going to measure back 5 inches across the midline. Center line of the grip. Bridge, and it's that easy. So for his axis point, this is what those layouts look like. If your axis point is down, your layouts will look very different than this. That is why it's important to use the PAP and tilt of each specific bowler you work with. Let's head into the shop and drill the holes. You like that one? Yep. Show us the short pin.
Like that one too?
You like that one too? Okay, so we got 2 good ones.